Hey y'all, Dennis. We're gonna do something a little bit different today. I have a venison ham that we're gonna cook. We're gonna cook it on the big green egg, but we're not gonna cook it until tomorrow. So what we're gonna do today is get it all seasoned up and let it sit overnight in the refrigerator. And then tomorrow we're gonna cook it up at about 200 degrees. And I think I'm gonna cook it on the Masterbuilt electric smoker because I want to do it at about 200 degrees, and it's easier to do it on the electric that way. We're going to use some apple wood chunks, but let's get it prepped right now and then we'll get into the rest of it tomorrow. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to lather this thing up. Oh, that ain't what I wanted. I'm going to lather this thing up with mustard. That's my binder. I'm gonna get everything covered up all really good with mustard. And this is, we do have a shank. Levi did that for me just for fun. He wanted to see how I deal with it. He's the one that gave us the ham. All right, so what we're gonna do, get this thing around here a little bit. All right, I got my SPG, which is my Kinder's The Blend. And I'm trying to get it open with one hand because I got my clean hand. And my clean hand is not wanting to function properly. All right, so now, all right, we're gonna load this up. This big piece of meat, can't overdo it. Okay. So we're gonna put that in there. Now I'm gonna put some garlic powder on there because I like some garlic. And then we're gonna put that on there. All right, we're gonna pat that in. Now realize we're not cooking this thing right now. I'm just getting it ready. All right, so gonna go back with our SPG, salt, pepper, garlic. Gonna load it up. All right. And then we're gonna go back with a little bit of extra garlic powder. Now, we're gonna let this sit overnight. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap it up in some tin foil and we're gonna let it sit overnight, and then sometime tomorrow morning we're gonna throw it on the grill. And we're gonna cook it for about 9 hours. Like I said, I think I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna do the Masterbuilt. I ain't used the Masterbuilt in a while. Let's do this on the Masterbuilt smoker. We're gonna run it at 200 degrees and we're gonna let it go till we get an internal temp at 160. And I think it's gonna be pretty good. So let's let it rest overnight and I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right. We have let the ham sit in the refrigerator overnight, absorbing up all the goodness from that seasoning we put in. Take it out of the pan and we'll see what it looks like. We are going to use the Masterbuilt smoker today. I hadn't used it in a while. Check that out. Doesn't that look good? All right, so let's go ahead and pick this thing up and set it in the smoker. Get some water and put in the drip pan. I don't really want to put anything else in there. I will put my temperature probe in. We're going to cook this to about 140, and then we're going to wrap it. All right, so I'm gonna run and get some water to put in the drip pan so we get a little moisture going on in there. We're gonna use some apple wood. And I'll be right back. All right, I got my water for the drip pan. Now, sometimes I'll use some white wine for this, but I don't have any white wine. And I don't want to use red wine because red wine is a little bit too extreme. All right, I am cooking this. I've got the grill set at 210 degrees, the grill. I got the smoker set at 210 degrees. I've got some apple wood chunks in there. It should take about 8 to 10 hours to cook. We'll see. See y'all in a little bit. All right, we've hit 130 degrees internal, so I'm gonna take it and wrap it because I don't want to dry that venison out because it doesn't have a whole lot of fat or anything on it. So I'm gonna take, let's get the camera out of the way. Because it's going to take two hands, I had to pull this probe out and set it back on its rack. I do have my ThermoPro Temp Spike Pro. Let's take this and get it on the butcher paper. So we can get that thing wrapped up. Okay. So I'm gonna turn this a little bit like that. I am gonna leave that temp spike in there. This folded under. All right, I'm gonna tear me another piece of butcher paper. I'm gonna double wrap it. It should have about all the smoke it needs and about all the smoke it's going to get. But wrapping it in butcher paper will let some more smoke get in there. So let's just do it this way. Okay, so we got it all wrapped up. Let's put it back in here. And we're gonna go to 160 internal. And we are running the grill right at 210, or running the smoker at 210. Let's get back over here. It's looking pretty in there. All right, we'll see you guys after a while. Okay, we hit 160. It's been a long cook. So let's pull this probe out. The other one's in there because it's inside the wrap. Close this up. Okay, so that's what we got. Let's see, time-wise, we're right at 9 hours. So that's what I kind of figured it was gonna be. So this is a 9-hour cook. Now what I'm gonna do is take it in the house. I'm just set it in the oven and I'm gonna let it rest for about an hour, hour and a half, and then we're gonna cut it up and see what we got. All right, so I'm gonna take it in the house and I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, let's unwrap it, see what it looks like. Digging for the pot of gold. All right, so I'm gonna slide this out the way. Set this up there like that. Okay, let's get this probe out. Okay, here we are. I'm gonna bone it and then we'll be right back. I think that's the best way to go. See y'all in a bit. All right. So I've cut some of it up. Let's see what it tastes like. This is a 9-hour cook. Hopefully it's good. Yep, that is good. Nice and tender. That is good. That is real good. So I'm gonna put the recipe down in the description. It was pretty easy, and I expect you could do this with about any meat. I've kept it around 200, 210 degrees because there ain't no fat on this thing. And I didn't want to, I could have injected it, but I didn't want to. But it turned out really good. So I'll put the recipe in the description. Also my Amazon link in the description. And it's good. You could cook this up, take it to a tailgate, and I guarantee you, everybody gonna want some. So until next time I see y'all at the grill, y'all keep on grilling.